Which license?
My old license. It doesn't mean that it's expired. It's close to.
Okay.
So I'm renewing. You don't.
We just want to make sure, since we preach road safety education, so
also,
you are driving with an expired license.
Parliament to investigate Swiss accounts of Ghanaians. A lot of us are interested. Definitely, we want to know, because we know how much some Ghanaians are saving, but we want the names. Like, we want to be able to look at them and figure it out. Who knows? We could help you if it's genuine money or not. Also, NPP sets February 18 for Wongbo demonstration.
Wongbo.
Yewo.
So this is just the gun version. Because we had we've had the Yewo demonstration.
Yewo. Okay, so this is Yewo.
Wongbo. It's the same thing. Yeah.
When would they have one in Ever? Like, how would you say it?
Miekulo.
Miekukum. Also, Youth Employment Agency bill passed. These are the front page headlines. We turn attention to the back end. Black Stars win back Ghanaians' confidence, says the president. Well, we may have won back their confidence, but we're not excited about you, Mr. President, because of the package that you announced. We're not saying that the guys do not deserve that. They probably deserve that and a whole lot more. But all we're saying is, it looks like you're not prioritizing our power crisis situation, which is having a heavy toll, not only on businesses, but on the individuals as well. Today, I am off 24 hours. I've got fresh fruit juice in my fridge, and I know that I can't use it once I get back home. This is what we're saying, Mr. President. As for the Black Stars, I mean, 6 weeks, and that's it. It's over. But with the power crisis, we're having to live with and endure. We're living in it. And I have a friend who lives in Bawi. If anybody lives in Bawi, please let me know, because I'm getting reports that in Bawi, the light is not 24 hours, 12 hours. So, and when they turn and they look at McCarthy Hill, it's like McCarthy Hill doesn't go off. So are we doing fair distribution? Because that's the report that I'm getting. How can Bawi?
A friend of mine lives there. One day, I was talking to him when he got to his home, and he said he has light off.
Okay, but what I got was Bawi would go off.
Perhaps not often.
Yeah, but why should that be?
McCarthy Hill is a top residential area.
Yeah, but why should I? That's why we're saying fair distribution. But if you're going to give them,
all the laws,
if you're going to give McCarthy Hill,
there are privileges that people need to enjoy in
No,
society.
but hang on. If you're going to give McCarthy Hill power all day, whatever it is, that's your business. But don't let Bawi suffer because of McCarthy Hill or whatever.
I get your point.
I mean, I think it's this happening. Yeah.
I get your point. But I know certain districts and municipalities where the area where usually the MCs and the DCs live usually don't go off often.
Yeah, that's one I hear. You know that the man who controls Accra.
That's where he lives.
He lives in McCarthy Hill.
No problem.
I didn't mention any names though. I said the man who controls Accra.
I think you did. All right, so we have,
There's the Greater Accra Regional Minister too. Yeah, you can, definitely.
The Ghanaian Times has a story, 69 police interdicted for engaging in criminal activities. We also have Black Stars rewarded, and the president and the vice president being sandwiched by the captain of the Black Stars, Asamoah Gyan, who also plays his professional football for Al Ain Football Club, and that's in the Emirates. Ivorian pastor sold his own kids, and you have a picture there of Oliver Togba, and he's the alleged Ivorian pastor who sold his own kids. So you have two cabbies held for fraud, and you have Backpage, Black Stars rewarded. They meant a pick for Africa 11. And do you know CAF? They brought out 11 players for being the spectacular players for the tournament. So they make up the team for the tournament.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't include their best player for the tournament.
Who was the best?
Achu.
Oh, okay. So Achu's not part of that 11?
Yes.
Benedict is on standby. He'll come and tell us why.
So they have their best 11, but they don't have their best player of the tournament in the best 11. Doesn't it smack of some?
No.
CAF is a confused organization.
When it comes to CAF, everything and anything is possible. Once Issa Hayatu is at the helm of affairs, forget it. It's not the normal logic that you and I know.
Mind-boggling. Messy. Right.
Let me do the Chronicle now, if I can. Front page of the Chronicle. Chronicle versus GIS officer, daggers drawn. Also confusion over cabinet status. Mahama can't decide between Amabua and Kwabena Donko. But I thought it was clear. They said Kwabena Donko is power minister and Ama Kofi Bua is energy minister. What some of us are struggling to draw clear lines, though, is what is energy and what is power? NPP won both demo to rock Accra. Another headline there. It's a little picture of the press conference, not by the minority in parliament, but by the party itself, the party executives. Back page, Kwesi Appiah, Ghana's Obroni, but he didn't impress me in the last game. He's not there yet, but I mean, he's part of the team, so we can group him to be there. I just hope that he doesn't grow horns when, you know, he feels he's arrived.
Who?
Kwesi Appiah. Hey, this is not a Kwesi, this is Kwesi Appiah. Yeah. They say Ghana's,
you know my prediction? I think that he will not be in the squad for the next tournament we're going to have. If we're going to host it.
He doesn't feel matured.
No, not that. He just doesn't, to me, he doesn't cut it for me.
What do you mean? Because I said he doesn't feel matured. You said
no, he's
matured.
Doesn't
cut it. What is cut it?
His standards of play in terms of his technique and technical abilities, yeah.
Really? I thought that he's perfect for the team.
We had a crisis.
Because how many times
we had a crisis.
Don't we miss opportunities?
We had a crisis prior to the tournament. He came in to fill a void, and in the absence of many, we felt that yes, well, he is. I don't think that he's a typical. He doesn't cut it for me. But I mean, that's me personally.
Have we been able to fill that space?
He's not. I'm not.
You're looking beyond Kwesi Appiah right now, but have they been able to fill that space? That void?
I think the gentleman who missed the penalty, Frankie Champo, can even do better. I like him. He knew he was going to throw the penalty away, so he was telling the keeper, "Me too, so he did the sound like this, threw it away. So mind-boggling.
I just think that Kwesi Appiah has to work on himself a lot more, because, you know, like sometimes when it's like some kid trying to score.
How old is he? I think he's old enough. He's like 25
No.
years.
I'm not talking about age. I'm just talking about his techniques and, you know,
his
on the
technique
pitch.
and technical abilities.
Exactly, on the pitch, because I mean, this is not like this is a big deal, you know. I mean, look at how much we give them. We give them all. It's our money. Yesterday, money. You won't believe it. Yesterday, Kamini asked me, Mama, but you now you are talking. How much are your taxes? I was like, really?
I would die to be a footballer. Why is it that I didn't take up football? How old am I now? I think 20 years ago I should have done that.
You know, it's not too late. I mean, you still look young. Do you know how to play, though? Are you really good?
Yeah, small pools. Yeah. That's called, in Brazil, it's called futsal.
Good luck. Good luck.
The front page of the Daily Guide has a story, mosquito girl coat. And when we're in secondary school, they call this mate. Especially when you have, let's say, a mate whose mother gave him maybe some mate, and he didn't know. And he decides to brandish it around. Apparently, you see that the flap is, you know, usually the flap is from, I think, left to right. And then you see that his is from right to left. And you wait, you wait for some few hours. Then you wait for the other members of the dormitory to come. You say, Washa mate. How terrible. And apparently he took a lot of pictures too. Yeah. And you know, these days we have selfies and things.
But the point
took some with the sun.
He's proud.
And so 10 years later, you look at it and say, I was wearing a women's fair coat.
But has he denied it?
No, he says
for the wife. I don't see the point in the whole minority in parliament,
you know, mosquito girl
talking about this.
Says MPP ready for Dumso. A hunter DC sacked and Black Stars pocket $2 million. Okay.
You know, when I say we're not setting our priorities right,
yeah, true.
It's not only the president or the government. I think it's also the minority. Personally, I feel that this General Mosquito and his coat issue, if you had anything to say,
it's trivial.
It's too late. It's trivial, exactly, for a whole.
It's just for the satire.
I mean, exactly. I mean, this is not a big deal. He hasn't come out to deny it, to say that he didn't know. I mean, he's told us what it is.
I don't think we have to overflog it.
Exactly. And I feel that's a little matter for a whole minority in Parliament to pick up.
Sometimes you just have to create a little humor within the difficulties we're facing. So I guess that's what they want to do. A little humor won't do.
It didn't come out like that. I don't think it did. We're facing challenges, though. We want to know what the real plans are.
Did you?
I did in the evening, but is that how it's supposed to be? Look at me and you talking, and we are thinking, like me, I don't have 24 hours off today. You get it?
I wish you well.
Oh, let me do the finder. This is not off. Yeah, what can I do? You have to stand like for 3-4 hours and iron late into the night. The Finder newspaper, Power, we will pay more if... That's Dr. Samuel Kobina de Souza talking, I guess, on behalf of the mining companies. They're telling government that they are ready to pay more, but it comes with something. You have to grab the paper and read. Asogli State begins fasting and prayers for development. NPP sets February 18 for Dumso demo. These are the headlines. And waves of demo to hit governments. Dr. Kwabena Donkor, the Minister of Power, is featured there. Not because he's calling for the demo, but I guess all the demo, unfortunately, it will be fun. It will all be targeted at him. How excited I am that he's in the seat and he's receiving it now. Dr. Kwabena Donkor, we want a solution to the problem. You see the things that you were saying when you didn't have the position, we want you to implement them. We want to see the action on the ground. That's what we're calling for. That's it for the Finder.
The New Statesman has a story. NPP leads protests against Mahama. Corruption has shaped Dumso. And Al-Haj apologizes to Akufo-Addo. Adamant.
You remember the story?
Yes.
On the front page of the Al-Haj?
Yeah, yesterday.
That was, So this time it's a New Statement that has carried that headline.
Security alert. Dangerous ammonium handling at Takrady. Ghanaians must rise up against Mahama and NDC. It's the same story here. That's double. Chief Justice urges the judicial staff to flee covetousness. And we have back page. Balotelli speaks on Ghana's AFCON defeat. But in the meantime, though...
Yeah, but who wants his opinion on this one? He should shush. Is he playing for us? He's not even Ghanaian.
Listen, he said proud of my original country.
Please. And then original country.
Balotelli.
We disown him.
No. Please, don't do that. Now
has he ever played for us or considered playing for us? He should keep it.
He says he feels Italian.
We don't want his opinion, no. He should stay in Italy.
Barcelona closed gap to Real. With win. And we have Ashley Young defends Manchester United style after long ball criticism against West Ham. And you have a story.
It's Business and Financial Times.
Okay.
I can do it quickly. SEC pushes for local cash and
Security
government's
Exchange
IMF.
Commission?
Yes, pushes for local cash. But this is why I have a problem. So the Securities and Exchange Commission says public institutions should be made to raise at least 20% of their capital requirements on the Ghana Stock Exchange through the issuance of corporate bonds as the country looks to retain some of the high interest paid to investors. Okay, so it's not quite what I thought. But the point is, when we are saying we should do with the Ghana cedis and we hear the president announce a package in dollars, only for them to come back and explain that even though we announce in dollars, we actually pay them in Ghana cedis. Who will believe you? Government IMF talk on oil price fall. Okay, that's it for the Business and Financial Times for lunch.
Well, the only sports paper we have currently in the 90 minutes, as usual, clumsy on the front page. So many pictures, but this is how it's captured. So they've started though, because they did perform well at the African Cup of Nations. He has so many contracts. It was last season. It was Everton, Hull City, and then before the January transfer window, QPR. How can you go and play QPR? Marseille, from Marseille to QPR.
Maybe he wants to take them out of the relegation zone.
Well, they had a big win yesterday. Big contract for the day. They started. Chelsea back for £200 million. Messi, it's a lie. Dortmund to start talks for Rahman. That one too is not true. Chelsea will kill Man City. Nasri didn't say that, I know. Muntari under pressure.
Seriously, is that what you're doing? That's it for the headlines, really.
He didn't say that because I'm a Chelsea fan, so I know. I read everything Chelsea. Every day, every minute.
You eat Chelsea, you drink Chelsea, you play Chelsea. you watch Chelsea,
Yes.
you dream Chelsea.
Yeah. No, the last time I had a dream that we won Champions League, we didn't win. Manchester nipped us. John Terry missed the penalty.
Yeah.
But that dream didn't come true.
Okay, so we've got sports for you. It's an extensive package with the man Benedict Owusu, who's been on standby for
And it's for
a
a
while
whole
now.
20 minutes. And so do stay on for the next 20 minutes with Benedict also.